Okay, let's do this thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review. And what do I have to say about this show tonight? Wow, this was a show that had, I don't know if I want to say surprises or just, I don't even know if it wasn't even really that good in general. Some would say it's boring. I just think it wasn't it tonight. I really believe it just wasn't it. And it was in, Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to my friend Stephen Black Shaggy out there, always on the reviews and stuff. Go listen to his album, Metlin Kid, out right now. It's in his hometown, home city tonight. So, yeah, it's in Baltimore. I guess ROH country, if you want to say that. But we kicked it off with Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal. Darby Allin having his, ribs taped up and everything, as he was after what Lethal and them did to him about a week ago. As this match went on, at one point Darby Allin did a damn suicide dive onto like a coffin drop suicide dive. He hit Satam Singh with it, and this dude just bounced off him. Like, the dude didn't even sell it. He just ran into him and he didn't even move. He just almost like he didn't even have to swat him like a fly. He just stood there and he just fell off. Like, that's how much it was. He just fell the fuck off. Like, it just looked kind of crazy how he did it. Like he just you just get hit with a dive and boom, you just fall to the ground. Which, Satsam Singh and Sanjay Dutt ended up getting thrown to the back then. Right after that, some guy dressed as Sting was out there then. We haven't seen Sting in a minute. I'm probably going to get into that a little bit later on. But since there was no Sting out there, this fake Sting ended up taking out Darby and hitting him with a baseball bat. And then Lethal hit the lethal injection. And then right after that, the guy that was dressed as Sting was Cole Carter of the Factory with QT. Upset, I like Cole Carter. I'm like, oh, isn't that Two Dimes from the guy that was in the NXT Tony D'Angelo Mafia thing? And I swear to God, like, the crowd just went flat. Like, who is this? And then next thing you know, Sting's music actually plays, and then behind him, it's fucking Jeff Jarrett. Then Jeff Jarrett, almost like Undertaker or his last Outlaw gimmick, just hits Darby Allin with a guitar. I'm like, some El Kabong type of thing. That's what he looked like out there. So yes, Jeff Jarrett just ended up taking out Darby Allin then, and Jeff Jarrett got on the mic, said this is a lesson from the last Outlaw, that whatever you worship becomes weakness, and that you're in a pool of your own blood, and that you worship Sting, that makes you your biggest weakness and stuff. And talked about this delusional AEW fan base, talked about his family's been in the wrestling business since 1946, 3 generations and whatnot, and whatever the Jarretts went, they've made an impact. As he says, he's been a 12-time world champion, a 2-time Hall of Famer. As the fans chanted, "You still suck," saying, my fingerprints all over this business and all over AEW, and it's going to be full of body bags by the time he's done. Basically, he said that you can suck on that, slap nuts, and his TNA theme played after that. So, very surprised Jeff Jarrett is here. Now, I know Jeff Jarrett was fired from WWE a few months ago, given the whole changes and all that stuff. So, him being in AEW could do something really good. Last time I really saw Jeff Jarrett in a match was really, in Ric Flair's last match thing that went down. And him and Jay Lethal teaming together against, Ric Flair and Andrade. So, Jarrett, with him being there, Jeff Jarrett, I've always been up and down on through years. I know I've called him a snake oil salesman and stuff. Even when he got fired from WWE, I knew he found some other job in wrestling one way or another. So Jeff Jarrett finds himself a way to always get work. Like I said, his family, was dad, Jerry Jarrett, and all this stuff. So, like I said, the founder of TNA. I thought I was watching TNA out there for a second, though, okay? But, some would say, Tony Khan, how many new people we bringing in this week, huh? How many? And stuff. Really, really think about that. But Jeff Jarrett being there, it's very interesting to see him there. So I was pretty surprised by that. John Moxley cut a promo talking about Lee Moriarty and the Blackpool Combat Club. Talking about Lee Moriarty needs to bring pain or something. You need to have violence to go against me. Which even after that, they also showed another package of the Elite winning the 6-man titles, and then someone kind of erasing the footage and Death Triangle being replaced. I'm sorry. When I see the Elite videos now, I just kind of laugh at it because, I'm like, well, these guys are coming back, huh? I'm like, wow, they really chose them over CM Punk. I just kind of shook my head in a way watching. I said that last week, so I just kind of laugh when I see the Elite and everything now. I really do. And I said, like, wow, we really picked these guys over the guy that drew you more money. So really think about that for a second. But it's more ways to this, I understand. But I'm like, the Elite. Okay. Okay, so. But it's a whole situation to look at when it comes to the whole CM Punk versus the Elite thing. But, yeah, who drew you $1 Million Gate, though? But right after that, Jon Moxley went against Lee Moriarty. Not a bad match. I knew Moxley was going to win. At some point, they showed somebody walking through the crowd, which everybody started paying attention to. Apparently, it was Orange Cassidy. I think it was chanting Freshly Squeezed or something like that, but somebody was walking through there. Moxley won with, like, I think it was like a cross arm breaker he won with, so Moxley won. Ethan Page came out then, went after Moxley, big booting him, and ended up holding up the world title, so they got that Eliminator tournament thing going on soon. But yeah, the firm or whatever, Stokely and stuff, we'll see what happens with that. Renee Young was there to interview Paige. Saraya, Britt Baker was supposed to be there but didn't show up. Saraya talked about, I've been wrestling for a very long time and talked about what she's done and why she's in AEW. She's felt like a rebel. She's, built divisions and all that stuff. And, she wanted to be a part of it. As Renee Young said, are you medically cleared yet and whatnot? But Saraya said she needs one more doctor she wants to consult with. So I guess she's going to be medically cleared soon. So we'll see what happens with that. Lamar Jackson was in the crowd. Baltimore Ravens. So crowd popped for that. William Regal was in the back talking about, MJF, what happened last week. And talking about the world title match coming up. So, can he beat Jon Moxley? So he's going to be facing a Demon and Jon Moxley a full year. The Acclaim came out. It's Billy Gunn's birthday. Billy Gunn's fingers are wrapped up after Swerve took his fingers out, as they did the whole Scissor Me Daddy thing. And, it's been a tough weekend for them. And that Billy can't scissor. But, he did it with the camera. The cameraman, we're considering to come out here, have a birthday bash anyways. Even Billy holding up the phone, scissor fingers and stuff. It's the Acclaimed every Wednesday. That's what AEW stands for. AEW stands for now. Acclaim every Wednesday. And, they had some gifts for Billy Gunn. Even taking, like, some fan-made scissors from a kid out there, giving it to Billy. They had, talk about, what he's accomplished being in this business for over 30 years and stuff. That, talk about everything he has done. And, part of that worst segment all the time, like a reverse battle royale or something, he said. And even gave him a trophy, said that, a world's greatest daddy, trophy, as fans chanted daddy ass then. And then, we did have to plan special guests for you, but two of them canceled at the last minute, and they were upset because they didn't, that you didn't go to the reunion and stuff. So that was taking a shot at WWE because the whole DX thing, and Tony Khan did not let Billy Gunn go back to WWE for that DX reunion and stuff. So, that we knew that was a shot, but Bowens had a certificate, and, the adoption, saying, Billy said, I get to be your daddy and stuff, as the fans wanted him to sign it. The Ass Boys came out saying, where's our invitation? We're your actual sons, okay? But we got you a gift, Dad, as they said. Morrissey came out then and basically took down Billy as they all start beating up the Acclaim. FTR came out, big pop for the save as they, the firm left, and they ended up holding the AEW tag titles up as they looked at the Acclaim then after that. So, FTR still over out there. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter were in the back. Britt Baker talking about, she's doing interviews on her own time, and that Jamie Hayter's going to be, I guess, going for the title, and they're going to be in a match this Friday on Rampage, so watch out for that. Chris Jericho came out, Ring of Honor title on the line, basically saying, talk about Claudio, Taint, Tatum with a tainted win last week, he said, and now it's going to be an open challenge for any former Ring of Honor champion. Jericho saying, I could be a world champion of any other championship. I'll even whip Lamar Jackson's ass, which they showed him in the crowd, laughing. Jericho said, show yourself whoever you are, which it ended up being Colt Cabana. And I don't really remember if Colt Cabana ever was a former Ring of Honor World Champion. Maybe he was, and I don't remember. But, I look at Colt Cabana. I don't hate Colt Cabana. I don't. Now, some people can look at this many ways, especially from the whole CM Punk situation. It's like, oh, Punk's not here right now, so it's safe for him to come back on TV. He got a good reaction out there. Like I said, the whole Colt Cabana situation is crazy. Some people would say that, Colt Cabana could have somewhat ended this a while ago if he had just said something and not let it get this far with all the rumors of Punk trying to send him to ROH, which we know were not true, because Punk even said that I have nothing to do with this man. I don't fuck with dude no more, okay? So I shouldn't have lies being spread about me about someone I don't even fuck with, okay? We're not friends, and we're not friends, and that's it. But I'm not gonna say Colt Cabana had that. I know he was the main part to what the Elite and Punk were somewhat going over with, but I'm not gonna go with Cabana that much. It's the Elite and stuff. I was just kind of laughing to myself, like, oh, look who's back on TV all of a sudden. So it's kind of funny. But Chris Jericho ended up getting the win, though. Code Breaker. Right after that, they attacked Ian Riccaboni, but Claudio came out then Bryan Danielson came out, and Guevara's out there, and Wheeler Yuta. So, yeah, Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society just all fighting each other out there then. Next after that, Death Triangle in the back of the interview. Phoenix getting ready for his match tonight, as you don't want to become a double champion, your Atlantic belt. But Pac said, I've been double champion, so if you want to get the real revenge for the Death Triangle, this hammer is the golden ticket. And he says the choice belongs to you, so you just may want to reconsider, as it was a triple threat match with Orange Cassidy, Phoenix, and Luchasaurus. I don't have much to say about this match. I know Jungle Boy came out and attacked Luchasaurus, and they both went and went off the stage and stuff as he crashed into him. Pac came out then trying to get Phoenix to hammer, but Phoenix tossed it aside. Orange Cassidy ended up hitting this punch thing and ended up winning the match. So after that, Phoenix lost. Pac got in and attacked, and as he's attacking him and stuff, next thing you know, Katsuri Shibata's music kit. We haven't seen Shibata anything to do with AEW since the Forbidden Door. And Rocky Romero and the Best Friends are out there with him. Shibata came out to the ring then, and he looked at Orange Cassidy and pointed at that title, signing a contract, which I don't know why people saying this is a dream match. It really isn't, but he signed it for a match this Friday on Rampage. Shibata, I know a lot of people may not know who Shibata is. Like, I know, I watched New Japan. I was happy to see him back at the Forbidden Door when I was at the show. I know Shibata, it's been slowly getting back into wrestling in the past about year almost at this point, or since a little bit in last year too, because he had a horrible injury a few years ago, which was the headbutt against Okada. He's been a trainer for the LA Dojo for the past few years, but he has slowly gotten back in wrestling. We've seen some type of exhibitions with Zack Sabre Jr. over there. He did wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom earlier in the year, and stuff. So now he's wrestling on national television against Orange Cassidy. So I wouldn't say maybe it's his first official match in America, and I don't know how long when, but Shibata is really good. I can say that. I like Shibata. Hopefully, he's been training enough to get back in the ring. So we'll see what happens with that. Next thing you know, Rick Ross was there. And Swerve Strickland. Rick Ross was there to make sure, Swerve, he's the biggest wrestler in the industry and largest recording artist in the world and stuff. He's putting them over. Keith Lee showed up then, saying what up to Rick Ross. And he said, I ain't heard from you, I heard from you, but I ain't heard from you. Rick Ross said, hey, man, we keep everything positive over here, man. We ain't talking about no accusations and everything, because Keith Lee talked about, you attacked Billy on Rampage, and Rick Ross said, that's an accusation, and Keith Lee said, that's a fact, and question, who's behind the camera filming this whole thing, huh? Like, who was doing that? As, Swerve saying, hey, man, we got a team against the Gun Club, and let's go against the Acclaimed FTR next week. Hey, man, Rick Ross said, hey, man, we celebrate right now. We partying, okay? Put the champagne glasses up, giving Keith Lee one, giving Tony Schiavone one, man. Like, let's all be cool right now. We ain't talking about all that bad stuff. Like, let's keep it frosty right now, all right? So, Ross and just, wanted to celebrate. Jade Cargill winning against Marina Shafir. I know it's had a lot of internet backlash lately. What's going on? They even showed Jade Cargill going in Bow Wow, which that was hilarious. I did see that earlier in the week. They took those pictures from the Shade Room. But all they showed was Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose coming out, literally talking through the whole match. That you forget this was even a match. This match wasn't good in general. Listen, then again, I think some people were right in that this match wasn't going to be good in general. Jade has gotten better. Shafir is not really that good. And then again, with Vicky Guerrero and them talking, it was just kind of annoying through the whole thing. Jade won, hit the Jaded, and that was it. But the match was... to be honest, it was whatever. I didn't really care in general. And then they showed Kiera Hogan try to get the title back, but Nyla Rose took out Kiera Hogan, and that was it. I don't care much about the story. Some would say, especially Jaden's bad story, it kind of go back earlier. I talk about Sting. Some people will point out that ever since Punk has been gone, that people that were all cool with Punk, which we never hear from the people. We don't hear from the people that were cool with Punk, but we hear from the people that said Punk was all this. But were some people cool with Punk, like Jade, or some would say Hobbs or FTR? Or Darby or Sting or others, you kind of look at their pushes now and how they're different. Really think about that since Punk is not there right now. So I'm not saying all that's true all the way, but kind of makes you think about it in a way too. Like really think about that. I think Jade should be doing something better though. I will say that than whatever this whole steal the title belt thing is or whatever. House of Black had a video. I guess they're having a funeral for Malachi Black. I don't know if Malachi's still there or not at this point, but they showed him in the video, so will the House of Black be back soon? I don't know. Right after that, in the main event was Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage for the Ring of Honor television title. Brian Cage, he wrestled, a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and then he lose that TNT title match. Now he lost to Samoa Joe here. Samoa Joe ended up winning by choking him out. For the Coquina Clutch. I don't know. Cage just shows up randomly on AEW at this point. That's just kind of it. So he's just there randomly half the time and in a match just to lose. The Gates of Agony showed up and attacked him. Wardlow came out for the save. But as they backed off, Powerhouse Hobbs came out and spine-bustered Wardlow and held up the TNT belt, and that was it. So yeah, this show really wasn't it tonight. I was surprised to see Jeff Jarrett, don't get me wrong, even Shibata to some extent, and Rick Ross. But you look at the show tonight, what was really that good on here? The main event, I thought it was okay. Wasn't bad, but, you already knew Joe was going to win. Jade and them was just whatever. Even that All-Atlantic belt was just kind of whatever until, whatever happened after it. The Acclaim segment was pretty funny. Jericho and Colt Cabana, take how you want to take it. Moxley, Moriarty, yeah, it wasn't a bad match. Darby and Jay Lethal, like I said, we were talking about the Jeff Jarrett thing, so we already know where that's going. But this show is just kind of, just wasn't it. Wasn't it tonight. It really wasn't. So that's why I was kind of like, whatever on this show. All right. So there you go. So and then again, like I said, with a lot of these matches, I sat there former Ring of Honor world champions later. Who else really could have brought out as a former Ring of Honor world champion? I think about it, because some are already saying right now, was this just to piss off CM Punk? I don't know, but I've been seeing that comment throughout the night too. Just even looking at my phone on Twitter, really think about that. I know I said that earlier, but still. So I don't know how you want to take this show, but I just think it wasn't it tonight. Okay. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood890. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Done.